Hi there, and welcome back to the Fifth Quarter Show Seasons. My name's Rick Zamprin. I am so ready, so pumped to turn back the clock and learn more about another great Hamilton Tiger Cats season. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, and if you are a faithful follower, thanks for coming back. I really enjoyed the memories that you shared in the comments after last week's episode, in which we look back at Hamilton's epic season in 1986. What a year that was. And I'm looking at another amazing campaign in episode 20 of the Fifth Quarter Show Seasons. The year is 1989. When we last left off, Hamilton had just won the Grey Cup on November 30th, 1986, after they lost in the 1984 and 85 title games. Was this the start of a new dynasty in the CFL? Canada introduced the $1 coin, the loonie, in 1987. Calgary hosted Canada's first Winter Olympics in 1988, and the Sky Dome, the world's first stadium with a fully retractable roof, opened in Toronto in 1989. In Hamilton, Copps Coliseum hosted the 87 Canada Cup, and Gretzky to Lemieux clinched the trophy for the Canadians. The Ticats entered the 1987 season as defending champions, but they and the league were dealt a blow right out of the gate when the Montreal Alouettes folded after playing 2 preseason games. The team had been losing money for years after playing in front of small crowds at Olympic Stadium. The CFL was forced to move the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to the East Division and rework the schedule. Hamilton's roster had a nice mix of veteran players like Ben Zambiazzi, Grover Covington, Mike Walker, and Rocky DiPietro, and youngsters such as Mike Kerrigan and Ken Hobart, Les Brown, Tony Champion, and rookie Earl Winfield. But head coach Al Bruno suffered a mild heart attack during the season, and defensive coordinator Ted Schmitz filled in until Bruno was able to return. The Cats dropped 8 of their last 9 games to finish the year at 7-11 and lost to Toronto in the East semifinal. 1988 went much like the year before for Hamilton. The Ticats had a 9-9 record in the regular season and were bounced in the East semifinal, this time by eventual Grey Cup champion Winnipeg. Covington won the Most Outstanding Defensive Player award, the only time he did so in his career, after logging a career-high 25 sacks. Not many realized 88 was the end of an era and the start of a new one for the Black and Gold. After years of losing money and quarreling with the city of Hamilton over rental fees tied to Iverwin Stadium, Harold Ballard announced in January of 1989 that he intended to sell the Ticats. On February 15th, Hamilton businessman David Braley purchased the franchise, and the CFL approved the sale just over a week later, ending Ballard's 11-year run as team owner. Hamilton opened the 89 season by beating the Argos 24-15 in Toronto's first ever game at Sky Dome. Hamilton then rattled off 3 more wins and improved to 6-3 after beating the Double Blue on Labor Day. The Cats not only started the season with 4 straight wins, they ended the regular season on a 4-game winning streak as well, with victories over division rivals Winnipeg, Ottawa, and back-to-back W's against Toronto. Champion broke the franchise record for touchdowns in a season when he scored 15. Hamilton had 6 All-Stars and finished atop the East at 12-6. The Ticats edged Winnipeg 14-10 in the East Final to set up a date with Saskatchewan in the 77th Grey Cup, and the first one at Sky Dome. The Rough Riders finished 9-9 and upset Calgary and league-leading Edmonton in the West Division playoffs. Champion was the runner-up for the CFL's Most Outstanding Player award, losing to Edmonton quarterback Tracy Ham. DiPietro was named the top Canadian, and defensive back Stephen Jordan won the Rookie of the Year award, while Saskatchewan's John Gregory was named Coach of the Year in the CFL. With just over 54,000 fans packed into the Dome for the championship tilt, the Cats jumped out to a 13-1 lead after 2 field goals by Paul Osbaldiston and a 13-yard touchdown pass from Kerrigan to Champion. The 2 teams furiously traded touchdowns in the second quarter, including 2 scores by Hamilton rookie running back Derek McAdoo, as the Ticats took a 27-22 lead into the half. Saskatchewan took the lead for the first time in the third quarter when All-Star running back Tim McRae scored a 1-yard touchdown. Hamilton trailed 34-30 with 15 minutes to play. Both defenses clamped down in the fourth quarter as Hamilton held Saskatchewan to 2 field goals, while the Riders allowed Ozzie to boot one of his own. Down 40-33 with 1:58 to play, Kerrigan and the Ticats took the field at their own 35-yard line. Passes to Lee Knight and DiPietro, a run by McAdoo, and a deep ball to Winfield that drew a pass interference penalty at the Riders' 12-yard line were all a precursor to one of the most incredible individual efforts in Grey Cup history. On 3rd and goal from the Saskatchewan 8-yard line, Kerrigan lobbed the ball into the end zone, and Champion jumped into the air, twisted his body around, and somehow, some way, made a spectacular diving catch for a touchdown with 44 seconds left. What made Champion's catch even more special was that he was playing that game with broken ribs. Ozzie kicked the convert to even the score at 40, making it the highest scoring Grey Cup in history up to that point. Quarterback Kent Austin marched the Rough Riders into field goal range for veteran kicker Dave Ridgway, who did not miss from the 35-yard line with 2 seconds to play. As Saskatchewan beat Hamilton 43-40 for their second championship ever in one of the most thrilling Grey Cups in league history. Another decade of Ticats football had come to an end. 1 title in 4 Grey Cup appearances, 4 division crowns, 5 head coaches, and 1 ownership change. The 90s, however, would bring more change and a number of highs and lows. I'll cover that in next week's installment of the 5th Quarter Show Seasons. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Oski Wee Wee.